not the video that I wanted to make. I'm not going to go into too many details about things, but I'm going through something. And the plans that I had for this video are very different than what's happening now. This is not what I expected. I vowed a long time ago to not put my personal life, like my very personal life, on social media now, so I'm not going to talk about that. It's more so kind of the situation that I'm in now. At the beginning of this video, I got here to Bend, Oregon, and was so excited to do something big here. Circle. Middle. Lie down. Look how big she is. I took maybe less than 2 weeks off filming. Look how much she's grown. We're at a dog park in, where are we at? Oregon. Trying to finally work towards something that is longer term than just traveling around. And I have a lot of reasonings for this. Come on. But I have done a lot of research and come to the conclusion that I want to try and start actually looking for my slice of land on this earth, hopefully, potentially, going to actually looking at pieces of land where I'm at right now in Oregon. No more playing around, I want to actually do it. We have taken the truck camper off of the truck because we need to get an oil change, we need to get the truck washed finally, and we need to do a bunch of things with it. Unfortunately, life had other plans, which it typically does. I will get through this, I just need to get through this. I can't really be here any longer because now that dream is not really going to be achievable for a variety of different reasons. Not getting into it, but it was just something that's not logically feasible. You know, I did try and make the effort to go towards it, but things kind of just halted real fast. So I encourage you all to chase your dreams and chase your goals and do what you want to do, you know, but sometimes you really have to be humbled and cut your losses and go home again. I have to drive all the way back to Pennsylvania from Oregon by myself with OXO tonight. I just need to leave, so I'm packing everything, leaving Bend, Oregon, which I wasn't even here long enough to even show you anything from it. It just didn't happen, and I think this will teach me a great life lesson. Right now, I'm kind of just in shock and just kind of move along, trying to just move, because if I sit for too long, I'm just going to be really sad. So we're just moving now. I don't even really feel like filming, but I feel like this is going to be a video I look back on and remember how tough that was, and then just know in the future that the future Victoria, she'll hopefully be proud of me, because this is hard. I'm sure you guys all want the juicy details. I would too, you know, but it's just not something I want to share about, and it's raw. It's gonna be a long drive. Before all this happened a couple months ago, I got in touch with today's sponsor, BetterHelp. I've been getting therapy from BetterHelp, and I'm hoping that it'll help me get through this time in a healthy way. To be honest, I just don't want to be alone right now, and having someone to talk to, especially a professional, can make a world of difference. BetterHelp is simply a platform to find the right therapist for you. It's fully online. There are licensed therapists, and you can switch if you need to find a better fit. It's really important to keep your mental health in check, I would know. So click the link in the description or go to my link right here at betterhelp.com and get 10% off your first month of therapy. All right, let's get back into it. I'm not gonna lie, this is so depressing. Do I recommend ever driving across the country while you're heartbroken? No. I'm just gonna try and sleep up here. Like, I'm not messing with the camper in this trip. It's full and a complete mess. Everything's a mess. But I think with these things, it's 1 second at a time. My high beams are broken, so they just stay on constantly. So I'm high beaming everybody, and they're high beaming me back. And it really hurts my eyes, and I feel bad, but I can't fix it. All right. I drove the whole night. I tried to sleep a couple times, but to no avail. Oxo's been great. She's getting a bit restless, but I keep trying to take her out. She's doing so good. She's so good. I'm not trying to update this video too much because I don't want to be messy on YouTube. I'm in Idaho. I don't like to make this type of content, but I feel like it's not going to make sense as to why I was just in Oregon and the West and everything, and then all of a sudden I'm going to be in Pennsylvania. I'm very tired. I'm trying to avoid a winter storm that's coming. Your body will keep going. You put it in robot mode, but it's still really hard. The roads are so bad. There is a winter weather advisory, and there's also tons of reports of the roads ahead that are completely unplowed, and my tires are balding because of all the driving we've done with this thing. I'm not doing well. I wish that someone could give me advice if this is safe to do or not, because I'm not really used to driving too much on really bad roads, especially with this camper and truck. I just don't want to be alone right now. I'm just gonna go really slow. And I'm not thinking clearly. You know what? I think we're gonna be okay. If you think I'm a baby in this video and that I can't handle anything, you're absolutely right. I am a baby in this video and I cannot handle anything. Any other setback that comes my way right now, it's all tears and sobbing and all that. But it's just me trying to get through this and trying to cope with everything. I go through lots of different feelings every minute. So sometimes you have bad days, weeks, bad months, or even a bad year. And sometimes you have a very bad video where you're a complete mess and it's just the reality of life. Life is messy and it never goes the way that you want it to or you think it's going to. I'm very idealistic and I've learned so much this past week of things. In my head, I create this entire story, and when it's broken, I freak out and I panic and I panic. And I just have to realize that life is not in my control. And it's gonna go the way that it's gonna go. And it's, I can't tell it what to do. And I can't, if you can't control things, you have to let it go. And that is the motto of my new journey, to learn to let things go. Now I really want to focus on that because it hurts me a lot.
Not my proudest moment. Admittedly, for the past 4 or 5 days or so, I don't know, I haven't eaten or slept hardly at all. And it's not because I'm choosing not to, it's just eating's been very difficult. I've been trying to force feed myself so much. It's just gotten to a point where I'm sick, I feel. I think my blood pressure's really low or something right now. I can't stand up. I just feel so nauseated, like I'm gonna pass out, waiting for breakfast to start so I can just get some juice or something to get some sort of calories in. I keep saying I don't want to be messy, but this is probably one of my lowest points, and I'm so stupid for not eating, but it wasn't something I was consciously trying to do. It's just everything's been really, really hard to do, and the sleeping thing, I've been trying so hard with all of this. It's just a lot and it's everything. And yeah, I got to a bad point. Do not recommend, obviously, this to anybody. I don't want to pass out and be alone. The thing about this is that I'm alone. I have Oxo though. I've never not eaten this much before.
I know I've said this whole video, it was so much driving. My butt hurts, my back hurts so.
I just want to be home already. I was able to feel better and I just drove the whole day today. Lifesaver on the road. I found they're expensive, but you can find them at gas stations. These things, they have a lot of nice things in them. And they have a lot of calories. So I just supplement with that. Don't do this the way that I'm doing it. Obviously, I'm not happy with the way that things are going right now. And I think that it's embarrassing that I keep having setbacks in life. But this is life. And I'm thinking like, my vulnerability is only human. Everybody goes through things like this. Everyone does. And you don't choose when it happens. It just happens when it happens. So I thought sharing this wouldn't be such a bad thing. It doesn't have to be embarrassing. It just is. I know, you're ready to go. I just become too attached to things because I don't tend to get attached to things. And when I do, I place such importance on them because it's not normal that I let myself get there. So when I do, I'm not good at like sudden changes at all. And I am resilient and I can move on from things, but it does sometimes, it hurts excruciatingly bad. I can't even describe how painful it is. It's like, you can't even cope with it, but you have to. You know, like I can be strong, but I shouldn't be forced to have to be all the time. I need to make better decisions in life. That's what it is. She's such a good girl. This time has been brutal. I have my little routines now on the road. I feel like I've been out here forever. I said, I think at the beginning of this video, I don't ever recommend driving across the entire country heartbroken, but to be honest, anything you do heartbroken is going to be excruciating and really hard to get through. Driving is one of those things that's a bit mindless if you're not overthinking, which I am, but I don't know, maybe it's not a bad thing to have done this before I get home and get so, like, I'm just feeling so much. Got my shitty gas station coffee that we get every morning, and then we go find a dog park in a new state every day. And it's just these little things that's kind of like, you're not in reality. I don't know if it's all gonna hit me really hard when I get home. Not that it hasn't hit me hard. I have been, it's so hard to like talk about this without talking about the actual situation, but it's not the situation. I don't want to focus on that at all because I don't even know what's happening with that. I have no idea. I'm so confused with it. It's what it has done to me and what it means for my travel. I keep going up and down. You know, in the morning I'll have a cry, at nighttime too, maybe midday. You know, it's just like, I've said this before, you cannot live in a constant state of panic. So you will, just remember there will be moments where you're not absolutely miserable. You'll be neutral or depressed, but at least it's not always the same feeling. You'll have fluctuations in feelings, even if none of them are really good. It's cold. We're just gonna go find a dog park now. I think the main thing in this video is loss of feeling of home, loss of goals and plans and futures and things like that, the feeling of so much loss for so many different things, but mostly a sense of belonging in a way, just like a very cruel cut type of horrible thing that I, in my brain, cannot handle well. Other people might be able to handle this better than me, and I hope you don't come to this channel thinking that I'm always gonna show you the best sides, because I never do. I always show you the worst sides. Did I know that this is how I'd be spending my week last week? No, I did not. In these moments of depletion, there's so much meaning. I guess you could say I'm at a rest stop in Ohio. I'm really uncomfortable. I didn't get a wink of sleep. I've been driving and driving and driving. You know, it puts things into perspective. I think you can have a very rich, peaceful life and be very unhappy. And you can have nothing and be quite content and happy. Like it's all perspective. About 4 more hours of driving. I've been putting it off because I just wanted to get a little bit of sleep. I'm ready for this road trip to be done. It's been an adventure, and that's what we're about here. Even if it wasn't the adventure we wanted. And I find the most important things in my life have been things that I didn't choose. I'm just here for the ride, I guess. We're cold. Oh, it's so cold. It's so cold.
Has it been one of the worst weeks of my life? Yes. I was able to get home, took a day or two off, and now I need to take this camper off. But it is so icy here. The weather is very dismal. Doesn't help things, but like I said, we have no choice. Do I cry every day? Still, yes. And at the beginning of this video, like, you know, you're still delusional. When things happen, you're delusional for a while. And it takes a long time to adjust to your new reality. And even me, you know, my life is pretty fast-paced. This was too fast for me, and I never want to go through this ever again. I think social media needs to be more real with how life actually goes and how messy it is and how things don't go according to plan. You fail, you mess up, you make mistakes, you get somewhere and think that, you know, this is it, I'm finally gonna do this thing, and then it all shatters to pieces. Everything. That's life. And if you can't handle that, and if you can't realize that's what's going to happen sometimes, you're going to be very sad in life, because it's not social media, it's not a highlight reel, it's raw and it's terrible sometimes and heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. I just need to get things done. Like, the winter makes it really hard. I don't plan this. I want to take this off and sell it and not look back from it. And while I've had some really good memories in it and learned a lot from it, there's just so much tied with it that I just don't like. I don't know how much I'm going to sell it for. I guess we'll find out in the next video. I'll probably sell it as cheap as possible and just be like, just take it. Just take it.
It's not what you think it's gonna be.
Okay, it took me a second, but I was able to get it off by myself. Well, I had my stepdad reverse it in just in case I slipped around and hit one of their vehicles. But other than that, I took it all off by myself. It's nice to have that load off of my truck. I'm sure my truck is happy about that. She served me well. It's not that I don't appreciate it and really, you know, I'm grateful for it. It's just, for me being by myself, it's too much. It's too hard for me. If you didn't enjoy this video, that's totally fine. I didn't enjoy it either. I always appreciate you guys being on the journey with me though, and you guys always offer me so much comfort and support whenever I do open up and be vulnerable. I'm very grateful for you guys. I hope to continue to upload. If I do take a break for a week or two, you'll know why. But maybe I'll just throw myself in and continue to upload. I don't know. That's life. Stay extraterrestrial. I'll see you.